We are in endgame, people. Choose your side wisely, for you do not want to be on the wrong side of history. I'll get back to that in a minute. Hello and welcome back to the TikTok podcast. And I think there's only one place I can start this episode from, and it's the current state of affairs in the Drake and Kendrick Lamar squabble, beef, whatever you want to call it. Because I can't just call it a simple fight because it has past a fight. Both men hate each other, one more than the other. He's, it's gotten to the point where both parties have basically said forget lyricism, forget punch, forget what's the thing, similes, metaphors, forget making good music. I'm gonna make a song. I'm gonna make it known that I don't like you. I'm gonna tell you what I want to tell you directly to your face. No hiding behind metaphors or anything. I'm gonna tell it to you as it is. Straight up, no smoke screens, nothing. Just straight up lines. Cause tell me why Kendrick, who we know even to be a lyricist, master lyricist. This brother's lines didn't feel very lyricsy. It just felt very I hate you. I'm gonna let you know I hate you. At a point, I think because somewhere along the line in this, he was like, "Yo, Drake, those lines flew over your head. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna make it clear so it doesn't fly over your head this time." And I think that's where the beef is at now, because the rhymes are getting too complex, and they're like, you know what? Let's simple this thing down. I don't like you. I want you to bleh. You are bleh. You did bleh. I wouldn't want to put an explicit tag on this podcast, but if I have to, I will. But let's get into this because there's a lot to unpack. There's really a lot to unpack. So let's start off where it all started from. First person shooter. Now, for first person shooter level is this. I don't consider it a diss, but that's where everything started from. Because apparently, I think Kendrick took offense or something to what Cole said. You know that Cole line was like with the big three, Kendrick, Cole, and Drake were the big three, but like he's better than them. I was just Cole hyping himself up. Didn't necessarily say that anything else. Just saying that they're on the same level, on the same plane. They're all three leaders of the hip hop community. And I think Kendrick took offense to that. Maybe. I think he took offense to that. So that's really where Kendrick snapped and responded with a feature on Future and Metro Boomin's song like that, where he dissed Drake and J. Cole. Now, J. Cole didn't get the heavy stick. J. Cole didn't get the long end of the diss, but the diss was still directed at people that made FPS, and J. Cole made FPS. So J. Cole was offended, and then he released his own diss track, 7 Minute Drill, on an album titled Might Delete Later, which is important because he ended up deleting 7 Minute Drill later because he didn't feel good about it. And let me tell you, that spirit that told Cole to remove the track and stay out of this beef, that spirit might be that spirit might be the most the wisest spirit ever. Like that spirit of discernment that in your soul you know that this is wrong. I don't want to be part of this. Just leave. That spirit has saved Cole because where this beef has gotten to is ridiculous. Where this beef has gotten to is a point that I don't believe Cole himself would like to be there. And I don't believe Cole would want to even be there. Like, I don't think Cole would handle himself. Lyrically, he can definitely go blow for blow with Kendrick lyrically. But with the fact that Kendrick doesn't give a shit anymore, Kendrick is just going looking for dirt, doesn't give a shit, and it's just Kendrick is willing to get his hands dirty. I don't know how dirty Cole would be willing to get his hands. That's why I feel like Cole backing out is best for him. And yeah, J. Cole putting up prime dodgeball numbers in this beef because this was a masterful step back. Like he's moving like 2016 James Harden with the step back. 'Cause that step out of this beef was probably one of the best step backs I've seen in my life. and one of the best decisions anybody has ever made in the history of decisions. Now, after Drake dropped that, after Cole dropped that and deleted it, Drake then decided to come back with his own diss track, and it was Push Ups. Basically, Push Up is a good song, but not a great diss track. Basically, just called Kendrick small, claim that Kendrick's record deal is terrible, and that like it's just a bunch of nonsense. But it was a guy's catchy song, but like nah, it wasn't really that deep. It wasn't really that deep at all. Surface level stuff. Then Kendrick did not respond for a while, so Drake then dropped again on Instagram a freestyle titled "Tailor Made." Basically use them Snoop Dogg and Tupac's AI voice to basically say like Kendrick, we waiting for you. We need you, man. Come back, because Kendrick, because yeah, Tupac and Snoop Dogg are like LA, I think. Kendrick's from LA too. I'm not exactly sure the entire story behind the Tupac and the Snoop Dogg lines, but yep, that's it. We use Tupac and Snoop Dogg to diss Drake, which is definitely illegal because literally it was Tupac's estate sent Drake a cease and desist to like take it down and are threatening legal action. We're waiting to see where this goes, but like that's where that diss track ended. I mean, it's still online. SoundCloud is there, Spotify is there if you know how to use it. So it's still online, just no longer on the IG anymore. I think after that, Kendrick took that personally because Kendrick dropped Euphoria. This is the first Euphoria is the first signal that this beef is gonna get messy. Because Kendrick did not hold back one bit. Kendrick didn't hold back one bit on Euphoria, calling calling Drake a Josh Giddy. If you know, you know. But called Drake a Josh Giddy, and just the accusations made on this track were monumental at the time. I say at the time because the accusations made on the most recent diss track are next level. But we stay here for now. Let's stay where we are right now. We'll get to that when we get to that. So Euphoria drops. The title is the first diss because Drake co-produced Euphoria, the show, and that show is like is it I say famous or infamous? But the story behind that show is about how there were some adults that were inappropriate with minors, and Drake is a co-producer on that show. It's basically calling Drake a weirdo around kids, Josh Giddy. So that was basically the first thing this on the track, and then he also called Drake a terrible father because of how he because of how Pusha had to reveal Drake had a son before he even claimed his own son, and then just a bunch of other stuff that went over my head because again, I am not that big of a hip hop head. Like my genre is indie music, so I just like hip hop because J Cole's my go and Tyler the Creator is my go whatever. But like that's basically Euphoria. Some other stuff I'm been missing. If you want the full story, go online. Not here. Coming here because want to listen to me and my opinion. And my opinion is not well informed. And guess what? I don't care. Back to the podcast though. Back to the main topic though. So Kendrick dropped Euphoria. Right after Kendrick then dropped 616 in LA. Now 616 in LA is a critical genre because in them push ups Kendrick sorry no in Taylor Made yeah Drake was like I need a quintuple entendre like a normal stuff wouldn't double entendre wouldn't even move me. We need a triple quintuple entendre. Now that title alone is the quintuple entendre because 616 that's 16th of June is Father's Day in Canada. Basically saying Drake is a bad father. That's basically an interpretation of that. And there's another is it a bunch of other meanings of 616 in LA, and I'm just not I don't know all of them, but that's the main one I know. The Father's Day theory. So yeah, that was the quiz function that Drake asked for. And then we get on to the heavy artillery. Before now, all of these tracks 16 LA and earlier, it was just like let's say AK-47s shooting each other. Drake brought in the nuclear hit with this one, Family Matters. This track was a nuke. it was a whole nuke because the allegations on this track that Drake made to Kendrick are ridiculous. And the video too, the video adds a lot to the diss track. Many people seem to just take this track as a diss track. The video too is part of the diss track. People need to realize that and people need to respect that. Because the video for this song was like in the van on the cover of Good Kid, Mad City. Drake crushed it, basically symbolizing that he's crushing Kendrick is crushing Kendrick or whatever. I'm not sure about that. But it's other stuff in the videos of the song that adds so much more levels, so much more layers to Drake's this. And I feel like people are forgetting that. So like I'm not trying to deride Drake, but like I'm just saying that video adds a lot to this to the story. And I feel like people need to watch the video too and the men addressing the song should address the video with it. So yeah. That is Drake's diss track called Kendrick. Accused Kendrick of being a domestic abuser, like beating on his wife and shit. That's the biggest accusation Drake made to Kendrick. And I don't know if that's true. That's allegation still. Also claimed that Kendrick's son with his fiance is not even his son. Is the son of the guy that he's working for. Crazy. And yeah, he, the first nuke that was dropped, Family Matters, definitely was a nuke. But then Kendrick came back and said, haha, nice try, and dropped three nukes on his head. Kendrick claimed in Euphoria that he knows what Drake is going to do. He can predict Drake. So it did surprise me, or it surprised me rather, when Drake dropped Family Matters. 5 minutes later, 5 minutes later, Kendrick dropped Meet the Grahams. This brother knew what Drake was going to do. He knew Drake was going to attack his family. He had a diss track to Drake's family prepared already. Just waited for Drake to drop it and like, bam, yeah, haha, your move. That's already a nuke. The fact that he was in your head and predicted it and dropped a diss track 5 minutes after he dropped yours. That's already a shot. That's already a nuclear bomb fired. And the diss track itself, opening line of the diss track, Dear Adonis, Drake's son, I'm sorry that man, your father. Like who does this? Who actually does this? This track, the pianos for that track haunts me. I've listened to that track twice and I'm scared. Like it feels like I saw a post on Twitter. It feels like I was in the room and overheard a conversation that I wasn't meant to hear. Now I don't know if I'm safe. Cause genuinely, I don't know if I'm safe. I actually don't know if I'm safe anymore. Those pianos haunt me. Anytime I hear those pianos, I'm just like, I get all tensed up, I get all scared and everything. Because that was a menacing diss track. Like, that thing was too menacing. Now I fully understand why they call Kendrick Lamar the boogeyman. Kendrick has earned his boogeyman status with them with the Grahams. Because the next verse was addressed to Kendrick's mother, to Drake's mother. Dear Sarah, I'm sorry, your son is a master manipulator, misogynist, narcissist, Josh Giddy. Bro, just listed off things that Drake was. And the biggest bombshell from this track is that Kendrick pulled a Pusha T and revealed that Drake has another child. And this is rumors, speculation that Drake himself has denied. But then, because I want to believe that Drake is not dumb enough to let the Pusha situation happen twice in these last two diss tracks or last two beefs. I doubt that's going to happen. But if it's true, Drake is cooked. Drake is finished. Like Drake is actually like, really, really finished this time. So allegations still, but Drake is very much cooked right now. And the other allegations of being a predator, being everything, it's just because we know that there's evidence of Drake being like weird with minors in the past, but it's just speculation. No one really paid attention to it like that and stuff. But yeah, he also accused Drake of using the black community as like cultural appropriation. Yeah, he accused Drake of being a cultural appropriator because he made it very clear over the course of every diss track that he doesn't believe Drake is black. He doesn't believe Drake should be able to say the N word and other stuff alluding to Drake not being black. And it's just Kendrick just really hates this man. This level of hating had made me realize that I'm not a hater. I'm still a lover at this point. I might well be a lover. Because what Kendrick is doing is hating in its purest form. What I'm doing is basically loving somebody because I don't nah. I'm hoping that at some point in my life I get to this level of hating because it seems like it's this I'm lost for words, man. Meet the Greyhounds really just messed in my head. I just lost for words. Anytime I hear those piano keys being played, those sickening piano keys, I just lose a piece of my mind every time. And yeah, that's Meet the Grahams. And then Kendrick now doubled down on that with the new song Nothing Like You're Not Like Us or Nothing Like Us. Let me quickly check up the name. Yeah, titled Not Like Us. And that diss track basically just doubled down on what he said in Meet the Grahams. But this time it's over a mustard beat. Like people are just out here crip walking to it and just vibing to it. Cause like Kendrick basically said, let me beat you at your own game. Let me make a nice hit, a nice club banger song, and let me beat you at your own game." And he's doing that. Kendrick is doing that. Yeah. So we haven't heard anything from Drake since, and Metro has come back to get his lick back for the Metro Shut Your What's Up and Make Some Drums line. So basically, Metro released a instrumental titled BBL Drizzy, and that might be the single greatest diss I've seen from Metro in my life. This brother released a beat titled BBL Drizzy, and then released it on SoundCloud for free, and put a challenge to it that whoever makes the best diss track or whoever make the best track on this beat gets to keep the beat for free. Metro basically just inviting civilians to come and join this beef, and I'm just this current state of this beef. We have 17-year-olds that Drake has probably never met in his life dissing him, and we have niggas from around the globe, different countries, different languages dissing Drake on this track. Drake might have been right. This is a 20v1. Hell, this is a 7 billion v1 because Drake is this is basically the whole world against Drake. Oh no, not the whole world. I mean, Drake still has those people who have his ridiculously long D in his mouth, in their mouth. He has those guys who are willing to die on the Drake is the goat hill. I'm not one of them. I'm just a Drake enjoyer. I'm just a Drake fan, but I'm willing to accept that Drake is down astronomically in this beef. Like Drake is so down in this beef, it's not even funny anymore. He's so cooked right now. My bright skin king is so cooked, and it's just yeah. I have to accept that Kendrick Lamar should not be messed with. There's a reason he's the boogeyman. There's a reason nobody has tested him. This man has a flipping Pulitzer, a poetry, sorry, a literary award for writing for a rap album. So yeah, that should have told you not to mess with him, but you messed with him, and now look at where you are. Oh well, that's my honest opinion. Kendrick is up. Clean sweep so far. 302 or whatever. Kendrick is up and Drake is down ridiculously bad. That's the current state of affairs in Kendrick v Drake. Right now, the rap game is in shambles and I absolutely love it. Okay, guys, shout out. So, if you know me, you know I watch a lot of sports. I'm a very big sports fan. I watch almost every sport under the sun, and I can tell you a bit about every single sport, like the rules, the scoring, everything, blah blah blah. I watch a lot of sports, and the most interesting part for each sport for me is always the commentary. Like people that give their live opinions on the show are paid to like talk about the show while they're watching it. Like that seems like a very very nice job for someone like me who likes to talk a lot and who has a lot of opinions who wants them to be heard. And yeah, sports commentary is like very very fun for me. So it's like some of my favorite commentaries are like analysis, during game analysis, mid game analysis, basically. Like during the game or during the sports, during the event, whatever it is, they just give you analysis, give you opinions, break down the plays, break down everything, I just love it, man. Like in football now, usually have a commentator that like describes the moment, and then have a secondary commentator who's like an analyst who basically breaks down everything going on. It's like everybody understands what's going on because some people are more technically tuned to the sports than others. So like we have to make everybody understand what's going on in sports. Then combat sports commentators, I love them too. Those guys are just full of energy, high energy every single time, like just high energy, high stuff. Basically the energy is just matching with the fight that's going on. And especially when like someone lands a big hit on somebody, those guys absolutely lose their heads, lose everything, and just go crazy. And honestly, same, because those big hits are usually like just crazy. Because they could be mid conversation about how this guy's stance is doing this, blah blah blah. Blah. Next thing you know, someone throws a haymaker and it connects, and it's like whoa, whoa, ah. They'll just jump back and lose their heads. And I absolutely love when something like that happens. But my favorite commentary has to be motorsports commentary, because these people are talking at speeds of light. They are talking as fast as the vehicles that they are watching drive by, and they don't make mistakes. They barely ever you barely ever hear a motorsports commentator have a slip or like bite their tongue or say something wrong or something like that. Like they're just talking so fast and so fluently, and you understand everything they say. Me personally, as a fast talker, someone if you know me, you know I talk fast, and I'm trying to work on that, but like it's still a habit as I talk. And even me, I don't understand myself sometimes. 'Cause when I play back the audio of my podcast of the episode, sometimes I just don't understand what I'm talking about. I don't understand myself. But like these guys are speaking at speeds of lights, and you understand them fluently. You don't have to rewind to hear what they said. You hear it once and you're like, yes, understand instantly. And it's just I find that great. Like it's just a skill that I really want to get, because as someone who talks fast, I need to learn how to like be fluent and just let people understand what I'm saying. Because I feel like sometimes people just don't understand me fully, and just get annoying having to repeat myself sometimes. But F1 competitors are my favorite because those cars are like moving quickly, moving very, very, very quick, and the commentators are still able to like catch up to them and still give you the breakdown. Sky Sports F1 commentators, those guys are like they're the goods for me. They're the goods. All commentators come strapped with the Shakespeare badges, and these guys are no different. They be throwing in Shakespearean quotes, Shakespearean type quotes into their shows, into their like commentary, and they just at the same speed. Oh, they're still talking as fast as the cars that are watching drive by, and they're still making fluent sense, and just it's just a very nice experience. He adds so much to the race, and yeah, F1 commentary has to be like my favorite, but like sports commentary in general is a very, very, very nice topic thing. Sure, it's nice. All right, this week we got an album of the week. You Made Me a Star by Four Bats, and this album is new. It just came out. Was it on Friday? Last Friday, yeah. New album. I've listened to it quite a bit, and let me tell you, great album. Now, if you know Forbats, if you've been following Forbats, you know that he's released four songs, three songs and one freestyle. Yeah. So the three songs are Act One, Stickers 99, Act Two, Day Are Eight, Act Three, On God She Like. Then he also released a remix for Act Two, remix featuring Drake. Now that remix is that Drake verse was definitely needed. I didn't know I needed it, but it was definitely appreciated. Well appreciated. Even with all that's going on with Drake right now, that verse is still very nice. Then on the album too, he also released Act 4 to 8. Yeah, Act 4 to 8. That's like most of the songs on the album. And my favorite song from the album is sorry, Act 6, Madman. This song is it does something to me, man. It really does something to me, because it's just a particular way, an R&B song just just commands your hips to move and just slowly whine and pause. This is not weird, I swear. Like yeah, it's just a nice song that just makes you feel some type of way. Overall, the album off the first, I've listened to it like 3 times now, and I'd give it a solid 7.5 out of 10 for right now. It'll probably just go up the more I listen to it, and the more I just like start relating to other songs and listen to it deeper. Also on the album is an Act 3 remix with Kanye West. Now, when I heard the snippet for this remix, I was like, ugh, what is Kanye doing on this song? It doesn't sound right. But then, as I've listened to it more and more and more, I realized that Kanye's verse is actually pretty calm. It's pretty nice. When the full thing came out, I was like, okay, it's not as bad as I thought. And now I'm listening to it more and more. I'm like, this is pretty nice. It's actually really nice. I don't hate it as much. So yeah, You Made Me a Star by Forbat is this week's album of the week. It's been a while since I gave you guys a little sports rant. So let me give you a mini one, very short rant. Not a rant, but like short, small updates on the current state of affairs with my sports teams. So let's start with them from best to worst. Houston Rockets. So Houston Rockets season ended. We finished 500, and yeah, off season has been pretty quiet so far because it's still playoffs. So that's what the real attention is on. But I've seen some people drafting trades for superstars who are a little bit disgruntled or not liking where they are in their current situation, and I'm like, some of these trades are not loving, but then they're not terrible. But my verdict on any trade is if you're trading away anybody from our core six, then nah, miss me with it. I don't want to even get involved in that. Let's at least see what they do next season when we know that next season we'll have a winning culture. We can win games. Let's see what it's like next season. Then we can start talking about trades and stuff. Then next we have the F1 Mercedes Benz F1 team. They're not doing terribly, but we've just dropped down into a mid table team, and that's not terrible. It's just you've gone from Grand Prix wins, podiums, pole positions to if you make it to Q3, it's an achievement. If you finish in the top five, it's an achievement. If one of our cars finish top five, that's an achievement. And yeah, pretty just a fall from grace, but it's still decent. And then to the worst of the worst, Manchester United. Now, as I'm recording this, Crystal Palace have just hit four against Man U, and I didn't even watch the game. Like at halftime, I tuned off because I'm like, what am I watching? What am I even watching? We're not even playing well. Not as if we're playing well, creating chances, and then we just pass the ball on us. We're not playing well. When we have the ball, we look clueless. Nothing is going well. You can't string three passes together without the opposition stealing the ball or without us aimlessly sending it forward to Hoyland. And Hoyland, I love you, man. But come on, you have to do a bit better. Like anybody that plays striker in this United team, I'll always pity because we create nothing for our striker, and we make him feed on scraps and everything. But this today, Helen just looked. It didn't feel right because usually his best strength is that when he gets the ball, it sticks to him and he can move it and he can progress, bring others into play, bring up the ball off the pitch, drive forward, and put pressure on the defense. Today, nothing was sticking. Gave him the ball, just bounced off him, or defender just come and tackle him. Nothing was sticking. I just felt like maybe it's the wear and tear. He's been playing a lot of games, and yeah, maybe it's that, but it just didn't feel right. And to all the fans saying that Rashford and Bruno are the problem, they both didn't play today, and we still conceded 4 goals. So yeah, I think now you see where the real problem is. I won't say anything, no, but I think the real problem is evident right now. And yeah, so we're currently below Chelsea. How the tables have turned because we're currently below Chelsea. I want to understand how we managed to let ourselves slip below Chelsea in the table. Like, it's honestly just doing me how we're below Chelsea. I spent all season clowning them for being mid-table, and now we're below them. Oh man, this club has fully drained me, and I'm tired of them. And yeah, I don't plan on watching any game again other than the FA Cup final at the start of the season. And next season, something has to change, man. Things have to change next season. I don't know what has to change. I don't know what's changing, but a lot of things need to change. And then whatever Ineos do, I back them. But my own is please don't sell Rashford. That's my own. I might be biased. This season was terrible, and he hasn't really been putting in good performances. But please don't sell Rashford. Please don't. If you do, then I genuinely have no cause to watch this team anymore. Like I won't feel right watching this team without Rashford in it. And yeah, so don't sell Rashford. Any other decision you make, I'm cool with it. And yeah, so that's the little update on the current affairs of my sports teams. And yeah, still not great. And with that, the episode has come to an end. Another week, another episode. Now it's the fifth episode coming back. We're back in the groove fully, and what can I say? The episodes are coming out weekly. The response is great. And yeah. Also, before I forget at all, we now have podcast social media. Yeah. So I've now officially made separate social accounts for my podcast. If you want to follow the podcast Instagram, it's at the T Talks Podcast, no space or small letters. And the podcast TikTok is T Talks Podcast on TikTok. Then we have a thread too. It's the same as the Instagram username on threads because threads and Instagram are the same site, but like if you use threads at all, yeah. The Twitter is the same thing, still my Twitter. I tried to make one for the podcast, but like, bro, it was just a struggle, and I just feel like, nah, it's not worth it. I was keep on using my personal Twitter. So yeah, the Twitter is the remain the same, but go follow the podcast Instagram and Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Sorry, it's been your boy Tani. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure to download it and leave a review in the show notes. And I'll see you next week. Take care, keep 100, and peace.